Welcome back to Don't Gaslight Me, Jesus, the podcast where we dive into stories that are chaotic, hilarious, wildly unhinged, and somehow keep getting crazier the further we go, and unexpected. We're continuing our journey through Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 3, the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook, and this time we're covering chapters 20 through 23. The dungeon continues to throw new challenges at Carl and Donut, and the stakes are getting higher. And at this point, we're starting to wonder if anything in this dungeon can ever be considered normal. In this episode, we'll break down to the major events from these chapters, talk about the characters and their latest adventures, and dig into the twists, surprises, and questionable decisions that kept us turning the pages. We'll also share our favorite moments, theories, and reactions as we try to figure out what could possibly be waiting around the next corner. So whether you're reading along with us or just here for the chaos, grab a drink, get comfortable, and join us as we continue our descent into Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 3, the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook. This is Don't Gaslight Me, Jesus, and let's dive into chapters 20 through 23. Joining me today is...
Timmy!
Mikey!
And Data.
I always forget to introduce myself. I'm Jennifer.
I was about to say, I was going to be like, is someone
always
going to
forget
say?
myself. I guess I'm introducing, so you have to know who I am. Sorry. This is Jennifer.
Spoiler alert, everybody. Holy fuck.
I know, right?
Let's get into that music. What?
We missed the day that There Will Come Soft Rains took place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we missed it, but I noticed it yesterday, and I was like,
Yeah.
5 days too late.
I was gonna try to try to read it and record it, and I was
thinking the same fucking thing.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of that, Data? The There Will Come Soft Rains?
I remember hearing something about it on the day where it was like, hey, this is the day, but I don't know any details about it, just that it was a thing.
Yeah.
I will not explain it as well as Tim would. Tim, you explain what it is.
It's two things. The one we're talking about is the Ray Bradbury short story, but inside of it, inside the short story, there is a poem that was an actual poem by, let me check, Sarah Teasdale.
Yep, there it is.
Sarah Teasdale wrote that, and Ray Bradbury used it, and the entire short story is the AI of a house in California that is still automated and going through all of its days, even though everyone in the world is seemingly dead from nuclear annihilation. And it is the last day that all of its systems are working, and you just go through its day. It is haunting. It is fantastic. And if you can't read it, I definitely suggest you listen to the Leonard Nimoy vocal one for it. He does so fucking well. Everything he reads, I love, but he does that one so fucking well.
The thing that helps is that he has a very warm voice, but he also can kind of dip into the a detached emotion.
Yeah, which works so fucking well. Having Spock do an AI.
Yeah, and then once you get towards the end, it just starts. It devolves into madness, and it is amazing. It's
interesting,
and it's a short story. So
it's a very short story.
You can literally read it. Yeah, you can read it in a half hour. But if you listen to it,
Leonard Nimoy's is 14 minutes.
Yeah,
wow.
he powers through it. He's really good. There's an inevitability to how he reads it. I was like, God damn, this thing needs to be studied. It's really good.
I love
this
version.
I can't really do audiobooks, but something that short I could probably do. So now I'm gonna put this over to the side and do this later today, probably. That sounds really cool. So yeah, we did 4 chapters this time. The fourth one is real short chapter. I think it's the shortest one in the book, but also somewhat eventful. So what did you guys think?
I'm glad you didn't cut us off, by the way, because I would have been real pissed. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no.
And not to mention, though, I did have to double check it because I felt like I've been reading forever in comparison. But then I was like, oh, I'm glad you didn't stop me. I would have been mad if we just
Yeah, the
didn't do.
the length that we read this time is almost exactly what we read the time before. So
Yeah, I
it's
think it's because
Which is
that last one was
insane.
so short, so I got to that last one and I was like, but I feel like I can't go much further and it'd still be the same amount. And those other chapters were pretty long, so
yeah,
I
we
just
had a couple longer ones in the middle for sure. So what
I
did you
I
guys
will
think of these 4 chapters?
I will say, knowing that though, holy fuck, this was the hardest to stop reading.
I kind of thought it might
Yes.
be.
Oh
yeah.
my god. But anyway, go ahead, Timmy.
I loved it. I think it's the best 4 chapters we've had in the series.
Yes.
Like as a bunching. Of course I say that, but like the first chapter is literally the podcast. And that here or there, whatever. The final 3 of the 4 that we
podcasts are
read.
terrible.
That had some funny bits where I loved how no one gives an absolute shit about actual human culture, and it's just like, come and read your bullshit and get paid, slave. And he called that out, and it was fun. It was fun to have more, capitalism is the real enemy,
Mhm.
kind of stuff in the show. But whatever. The actual meat and potatoes is
Mhm.
Hecla and her team being inside of the safe room, which boy, that immediately set me off. I was like, what the fuck is this? And it didn't disappoint. I loved that. Everything about that was great. I know we're gonna go into it, so I don't want to talk too much about it, but this is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a funny like repeat of the time that they walk in and Hecla is sitting in the room and it turns out it's Katya. And then this
Uh-huh.
time we walk in and Hecla's there and it's like, oh no, this is really this time. Yeah.
And like 30 other people.
And a bunch of other people. And Carl's like Carl hadn't considered that, oh shit, she might just let them all into our safe space.
Uh-huh.
I don't even think we knew that was a possibility, honestly.
Yeah, I guess we haven't had any friends show up to be like, hey, you want to come and hang out with us? Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about inviting people into your house is that they can also invite people into your
That's
house.
true.
You gotta consider that.
Come home and you got teenagers who brought home 5 friends and you're like, why are all these people here?
Who are they? Why are they here? Yeah.
That's happened to me before. Holy shit.
It's crazy when it happens because you're
Mhm.
just like this. There's an animal like part of your brain that goes, no, my cave, and you want to like keep everyone
My space.
away.
Get out. Get out.
You just want to pick up a board with nails in it and be like, all right, time to go.
This
Well,
is kind of worse though because they invited like a homeless woman to live with them, and she invited 30 of her armed friends. Like,
Yeah, that does.
She brought the whole
when you say it that
commune
way.
with her. Yeah.
And
Jesus.
armed friends that Carl is pretty sure want to kill him, like already. So yeah, that doesn't make it better.
no.
Not at all.
So yeah, I felt that same fucking emotion that I know Carl had to feel because like that's your home, and there's just strangers in it now, armed strangers.
I don't know if it's because Tim and I probably like grew up a little bit similarly, but like the first thought that I had, because I also had a visceral reaction when I read that, and I was just like, "Oh, look at all these strangers that know where I keep all my shit. Oh, that's great, cool. They know where all the expensive shit is."
Well, yeah, and it's also like they haven't had it that long, but this is their safe space within a place that is constantly trying to kill them around every corner. Like this is the space we can go to feel okay, and suddenly it's like, oh great, now more people who want to kill me.
You took away the safety, especially because like then she's like, I whitelisted them all, which I assume means they can just come back whenever the fuck they feel like it. Which
Yeah,
Like vampires.
Like,
Once invited in, they're just here now.
My heart dropped when I heard that there were like 30 people, and then it even more when I heard that it was Hecla's, like shield maidens and everything, because I was like, wait, did she link the private, like quarters all together? Like, is this just life now? Because I thought that for like a second. I was like, no, they need permission to do that. But I was like, oh shit. Like I thought, oh no, is this the new normal? Fuck.
Send a DM immediately to Donut. Check all of our drawers and jewelry.
right, checking to make sure my book's still hidden by the toilet.
Where are my drugs? Did they find my drugs?
I was gonna sell those.
Yes.
they sell real well in the
Sell
dungeons.
them.
True.
Okay, Mike, what about you?
My God, like I said, this was the hardest to stop reading when I got to the last page, and in my book at least, the final page is on the left, and then the start of the new chapter is on the right, and it took everything not to just be like, well, let's just see what the first page is. I mean, there's no harm in that. I didn't. I closed the book. My God.
Good man. Good man.
Yeah. I have done really well avoiding spoilers. I have no idea what's going to happen anytime after this point. So, yay for me. I I was a little disappointed at first that we kind of glanced over mostly with the podcast. I thought there was going to be more comedy in this section. It's mostly just Carl griping about,
Mm.
like his current situation. I would say though it has one of my favorite donut moments because he's just like, this is bullshit. I don't like this. This is bullshit. What are these scripts? What the hell are you guys? And the guy's like, we're doing the best we can. And then he looks over at Donut, and she's just having a ball. She's so immersed in telling people about her world and everything. And then she notices Carl, and I just imagine from her perspective, she just starts waving. It's like, oh, hi, Carl. Isn't this great? So that part where she's like waving at him and she's having the time of her life, and it just cuts to Carl, and he's just like, fuck my life. that part got a good laugh out of me. But then, I mean, we go from that to everything afterwards. And I've had that before where I've long time ago where I've come home and suddenly there's like 30 people in my house and I don't know how that happened. And then there comes the whole, all right, well, I'm not going to immediately freak out because I don't know who here would turn this into a thing, but also I need to find the person that did this so that I can tell them I'm going to kill you later for 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 doing this to me. Also, I'm going to go count all my money in my room and see if it's all there. So, there's that kind of shit. So I had the same visceral reaction that Carl had to that whole situation. And then there came the whole smiling through your teeth and then in DM saying, if something happens, avenge me. And everyone's like, what? So the tension after coming back from the podcast, the that instant ramp up that they did to like from 0 to 1,000, I really appreciated, and I love that never dissipated. It didn't even dissipate when we got to the end of what we read. So because now it's like, what do we do now? Like, it's
Yep.
it's like a thing. It's like, do you keep what you kill? Like, is that a thing? It's like it's like, who's the alpha now? So that I had a ball reading this. Like Tim said, we're gonna get into it, but also it is really funny and weird that I kind of half predicted something because a joke I made in an earlier episode was the only way to win against the trains is that you have to become the train, and by God, it kind of happened to
She became the
Katya.
train.
He
She
became
became the train.
Yep.
Yeah, to fight the train, you got to become the train. And
And then after
God,
becoming the train, she ran over somebody and got a bunch of money out of it. So
Became the train.
sending more trains, the joke became sad in true old school 90s Whedon writing fashion. So yeah, I had a blast. These were fun. I can't wait to dig into these. That's all I got right now.
Yeah, like you basically said it. What now is the big question at the end of this, because yeah, some shit went down. So, but I love the visceral reactions to the invasion of Carl's space, because it's so true, and I absolutely get it. I'm trying to think if I've ever come home and found a bunch of people in my house that I did not expect to be there, and no, it's not good.
Yeah, siblings and children. Don't invite people when people aren't home.
Especially without asking. There's also the fact that it feels like it wasn't necessarily Katya's idea to have them come inside. Like
Maybe, yeah.
yeah, like
I
she,
think
she
that
feel
was fully Katya.
It feels like because of how, like, through context clues we were up until this moment kind of trying to figure out how she was treated in this group. It felt like she was kind of steamrolled, where they were like, "You want us to come in and hang out for when Carl comes back?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." And then
Maybe.
yeah, it's like, but it's like Heckle's like, "Oh yeah, we'll come in and we'll invite everybody," and she's like, "Okay."
It could have been Katya being like, "Let me show off how cool and the stuff that I've accomplished being with
Yeah,
Carl
yeah,
is."
that's kind of the thing too. Almost like a younger
Because the whole
sibling.
thing with Katya, I feel like, is, that lost child whose mother never really loved them, but she's trying the hardest she can to get Hecla to love her and want her. And she's like trying to show it all off, trying to make her love her. Like, this is all the cool stuff I've got. This is all the cool stuff I can do. You love me now, right?
Mm,
No.
maybe. Yeah.
We were all predicting a Katya crash out. I didn't know it would
She
be
did that.
so figurative and literal at the same time.
So very literal.
My God.
Oh, yeah. No, there was. It couldn't be more crash out. Yeah. And the funny thing is, like the big death at the end is completely accidental.
Yes.
Even through the crash out. So
I love that it was like a when the what is the trope when the cutie breaks? It's like an anime moment where it's like, oh, the kind of timid, weak character throughout the this particular arc finally broke, and she has like a Gohan power up moment. That was extremely satisfying, but also like, oh shit, what now? But
break
that's
the
all I got.
cutie is the trope. Okay,
Break the cutie. Yeah,
that's sad. Why do you want to break the cutie?
It happens all the time.
you must, especially in anime. Anime is full of that shit.
And it does sometimes mean they take a level in badass.
Yes. I think that one YouTuber ProZD, he has like this whole short sketch about that moment where you're like, I swear to God, this is the best character. I don't know, guys. I just peed myself. And he's just like, I swear, just get through the first 40 episodes and this guy becomes the great character. Oh man, now I'm pooping and peeing myself. I swear to God, just hold on with this character. And he's like, all right, guys, the old Shinji that you knew is gone. I am now with you guys forever. And he just gets like a huge power up, and he now talks more bassy, and he's actually the tank of the team now. And he's like, I told you, you just had to get through those 50 episodes, and he became a good character.
I don't even know where to go with. Okay, yeah. Nope.
Everybody at home, look up ProZD. He does a lot of sketches about.
He does some very hilarious stuff. I will say
RPG
yes.
sketches and
I haven't
and
seen that
anime
specific
themed
one,
ones.
but
That one's really fun. But it's very true too. There are a lot of characters like that in anime. They're the worst character until they're not.
Yeah, breaking the cutie doesn't have to always be the worst character, though.
No.
It's usually just about losing innocence.
That's true. He was doing more of like it was an exaggeration of the thing, but it is a very true thing that happens a lot in anime specifically.
I was going through the breaking the cutie trope page, and it has Frodo from Lord of the Rings on here.
Yeah, straight up.
J.R.R. Tolkien even wrote a letter explaining that Frodo failed and can't be called a
Yeah.
hero, that he was doomed from the start. He couldn't even throw the ring in his own fireplace. The film version takes pains to emphasize Frodo's cuteness and woobiness. Thanks, TV tropes.
And like Tim said, it's coupled with the takes a level in badass most of the time.
A lot of times.
In
It can
action,
also just break them.
Yeah. In action, like genre stuff or like anime, they usually, like, when they break, they get the big power up and they become a more important character.
You lose the innocence, but you get the power.
That's kind of what it is. It's like putting aside childish things and they become an adult finally. Like, that's kind of how it's treated. It's like a coming of age kind of thing.
I mean, we've said that Kasha was kind of naive and stuff in the book still now, so maybe this will change some of that. Who knows?
Who knows? We don't know what this effect is going to have on her. Maybe it just broke her. We don't know.
Maybe she'll be like, "That's right, fuck you." It'd be very dramatic. All right, Jennifer, what about you?
I loved these chapters. I'm with everybody else. I didn't want to stop reading. I wanted to find out what would happen. I would say this wasn't on my bingo card. This wasn't where I thought we were going at all. next. So, well, other than obviously going and doing our little show thing, we knew that was coming. But the other chapters, it was kind of like, I wasn't expecting to see Hilka in this book. I'm going to be honest. Like, I kind of thought, we kind of saw Frank, and we tend to like to drag things out. So I wasn't expecting to get two of the old people we'd kind of been talking about in the same book. Not that I'm sad about it. These were really good chapters, and I really enjoyed, everything about them. I will say that first one, I did crack up a bit looking at the show and that they were doing beauty pageants as the topic. I got a good kick out of that whole mocking of beauty pageants. I thought that was hilarious. I kind
Oh
of am
yeah,
sad
that
I
whole
didn't hear
thing.
what the game show, I mean, the game line of thought was, because what did they say about video games? Because that I felt like could have mocked on this a bit.
Yeah, we don't find out anything about what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get to hear it. I think I would have liked to know what that was, but otherwise, I don't know that chapter did too much, honestly, other than, we stole some more shit just because we could. We get to, again, kind of, we get reinforced that this whole level is put together with duct tape and hot glue and hoping for the best, but it was really the other chapters that I think were pretty amazing. And yeah, I am very, very interested to see what happens next and kind of see what turn Katya takes after these chapters. But no, I love these chapters. I think they were great, and I can't wait to kind of keep reading and find out more.
I think when it comes to the podcast, I think that's just going to be a running gag running forward, where we'll hear clips of it on the TV or something, of Donut's one and Carl's one, where they're just like, Carl will just cringe every time, and Donut will be like, "Carl, it's me. I'm on the TV."
I am kind of curious what she was saying about Cocker Spaniels, too. I will say that. I bet it was hilarious.
For the Cocker Spaniel thing.
It'll be like its own documentary, and you'll hear Donut where she was like, "Cocker Spaniels, history's greatest monster."
It's so funny that this, like, now the entire universe is gonna hear the her whole rant about Cocker Spaniels, and even the guy in the booth was like, "I've never heard a tale of like such whatever he says." And I'm just like, because Donut happened to live across the hall from an annoying Cocker Spaniel, like the whole breed is now going to be hate listed throughout the galaxy.
I love her text message to Carl when he's like, "What the hell are you talking about in there?" And she's like, "The people need to know the truth, Carl."
Was there anything cool in the audiobook on this one, Jennifer? Did you
So I think this one kind of highlighted why the audiobook is so fun in respect to this, because I am give or take on audiobooks 50-50. I will say most of the time, if an audiobook is too much of just reading, even if they're doing a little bit of voices, I can get lost and zone out and it's just noise in the background. The great thing about these audiobooks is it's very much like acting. Like they're acting out the story and you can feel the emotion behind it. And he's getting into it, and it's more like listening to a TV show than it is listening to an audiobook. And I think these chapters did a great job of that, probably because there was so much action already, but especially in like the last chapter, and we're seeing, Carl and Donut both getting very angry for very good reasons, and you can hear that in the audiobook. Like they're pissed off, and they're really getting into it. So I loved the audiobook for these chapters. I will definitely be continuing the audiobook because of these chapters. I think that it's just so much more in depth and makes it kind of more alive than just reading it through the book. So I thought they were really great, and I think that these were great chapters to listen to in audio if you haven't.
does Hecla have like an accent?
She does. She does indeed. I don't know if it's good because I don't know what the real one would sound like, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, fair.
But she definitely does have an accent. It sounded decent to me. I'm not going to say, I'm not.
Yeah, you're
What
like,
is
I don't
she?
know what an Iceland accent sounds
Yeah,
like. So.
Icelandic. I'm sorry, anybody in Iceland. I'd love to hear you talk, but I have no idea what an Icelandic accent actually sounds like. So if they murdered it, I'm sorry, I didn't know better.
It's
I
been
just
a long.
assumed they all sound like Bjork.
There you go.
So this is how the television works. I think it's been a long time reading a book where I've literally wanted to strangle a character through a page.
Yes.
That was ooh. He knew how to build up the whole what the fuck leading up to that.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's get into it, and we can.
Let's do it.
You can point out where you're like, and this is where I almost strangled the book.
This is when I almost threw the book.
And so we start out, as you guys said, we're heading to they're not on a show this time. They're doing voiceover for like a documentary. And this time the production trailer is a submarine.
Because of course.
Yeah, why not?
Can't be hit from the air as easily.
I love that he even made the point of nobody knows their location.
Yep. It's like your location is a secret. They're not going to be able to like airstrike you this time. Okay, so relax. It's all good.
The thing I had in my head was somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, pretty. Or the Pacific.
I love that Donut is so happy to be underwater.
It was cute. She's
Could I be the first cat?
Yeah.
He's like, you're not the first cat.
Shut up, Carl. You don't know.
Oh, he does.
Never
He's like,
heard
yeah, submariners used to have cats on them, catch rats and stuff, you know?
Which
You
I
don't
didn't
want-
know, and is a really cool fact. I can see why that would be something that you might want on a submarine,
Yeah,
but I had never thought about that before.
I loved her talking to him about Unsinkable Sam because I love that story, and he's like, well, he went down with every ship that he was ever on, but he died of old age. And she's like, sounds like a hero to me.
I'd never heard of that before reading this book, and then I had to go look it up afterwards. And yes, that's
Oh, you never heard of Unsinkable Sam? Yeah, it's a
No.
great story.
So yeah, it's I also they discuss Frank a little bit here, where Carl's like, "Were you not worried that Frank might try to kill me?" And she's like, "Oh no, I could tell that he's done." And Sledge says that he hasn't left the bar, hasn't moved since we left there. And he's like, "Wait, how do you know?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I showed the Sledge how to get into my chat so we can talk to each other." So good to know that like NPCs can do that also.
Yeah, that's a cool thing to learn. And even Carl was like, I never even thought about talking to them like that. That's
So
crazy.
Donut has eyes everywhere.
Yeah.
Very
Which-
useful eyes too.
with
I feel
her
like
crazy-
that's a good one.
With her crazy charisma, if she can recruit NPCs all over to help her out, yeah, no, that could be useful.
Donut's army.
I like Dumbledore's army. Cats.
Yeah.
Here I am just thinking Thieves Guild and Elder Scrolls. All the beggars work for them. Like, all the NPCs work for Donut.
All I thought about was you walk into an office and there's just a cat thread like knocking shit off of the desk, and they're like, there she is, our leader.
Fearless.
One of my favorite conversations in the section is with Mex 6000, the robot that shows up. And Carl's like, "Do you know why like my interface stuff is still working?" And he gives like this technical explanation about, which I won't go into at all, but basically, normally they focus the zones. So it's like the AI has different zones where different stuff can work depending on what zone you're in.
It's
And-
a very Joss Whedon type scene because overcomplicated answer and then highly simplified answer right
Yeah.
after.
like a balloon and something bad happens. Yeah. So, and Carl's just like, "I have no idea what you just said, man." And he's like, "Oh, let me translate this to Earth Monkey speak for you." And I love the sassy robot. The mud skippers are cheap bastards who've put this entire crawl together with spit and duct tape and items they purchased at the equivalent of an interstellar swap meet.
I want to
So
say I've loved every producer coded character in this series. Every producer we've met has been hilarious and different.
it's true. But basically, since they're not on the surface, they're beneath the surface. It's all part of the main zone that also includes the dungeon. So that's why his stuff still works here. And I feel like that's got to be set up for something relevant down the line.
Yeah, we don't go into a ridiculous description like that for no reason.
And here I thought that my prediction about the brain implant had panned out, but nope. It's just that the company's cheap.
It would have been funny if it was like, but except that Carl immediately is like, "Hey, do you know why this is?" So if he immediately revealed that he had a
Yeah.
secret brain implant that was helping him, that would be bad.
Yeah, because he would be like, hey, why does my interface still work? And they're like, it does? And he's like, oh, no.
No, of course not.
I was just messing with you.
Oh, by the way, I have this secret book.
I thought they were still inside the dungeon.
Like it was a
That-
trick.
Yeah, if
Makes
you're
sense.
worried about assassinating people in real life, just keep them in the dungeon and put them underwater somewhere. That's where I thought that was headed. Where it was like, oh, Neo's still in the Matrix, but no, he was out of the Matrix. He just has Neo powers out of the Matrix now.
What? No, they'd never give Neo powers outside of the Matrix. That wouldn't make any sense. Tim.
No.
But now Carl has Matrix powers outside of the Matrix.
Well,
As
the
long
thing
as he's
that-
underground or underwater.
the
Or under
thing
sea level, which a
Yeah.
fuckload of Earth
Okay,
after
that-
being crushed is probably under.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Fair.
The thing that got me though was the fact that I always thought that when they took away his interface, it was on purpose. And now, as the robot described, it's more of like Wi-Fi, where it's like if you're in the field of the
Yeah.
dungeon, you have the thing. Well, yeah, but the thing was is that I thought that it was a conscious choice to take away his interface. That means if the interface goes down for any reason, that means everybody in the dungeon just loses all of these abilities that they have. And I'm wondering if that is going to be a plot point later.
Oh, most
Interesting thought.
definitely. Because they even they mentioned they have a name for it in the actual chapter where it's like a producer bubble or whatever. Like when one of the fish people
Administrative
show up.
field?
Yeah. So dude, they can drop that probably whenever the fuck they want at a plot point to make things dire.
If they really wanted to fuck someone over.
You're in the gladiatorial games. You're not supposed to live.
Oh. It's like the equivalent of like, you're gonna have to fight this guy, but also this lion, Maximus. Oh,
Yeah.
great. That's great
And
for
now you have no UI or abilities.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, and see the thing is, and I'll give you guys something that has come up in the fandom at this point is that I guess like Wi-Fi is a good example. They're in the dungeon, they're close to the Wi-Fi, they have all of these powers, right?
Mhm.
Because he tells him when you're out of that, you have only limited access to certain personal upgrades. When he's in the like secondary zone, the surface and above, and he tells him that zone goes from like sea level up to he says how high it goes.
It was like 10 kilometers above sea level.
5 kilometers above the surface.
5 kilometers.
So
yeah.
he has access to some of his abilities within that. Presumably, if he left the planet, he wouldn't have any of those abilities. Yeah, because he's out of the Wi-Fi range.
But as specific personal upgrades, though, that would include that brain implant, I think. So I think that was
Yeah.
kind of half confirming my thing about how I think that thing works outside of the dungeon because it's not made by the dungeon or part of it. So,
But there's a question when you get this information in here about like, but wait, like Donut's ability to be like sentient was a part of a dungeon upgrade. Like if she leaves completely these zones,
does she just revert to cat? Yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
I don't like that idea.
That's sad to think about.
right? Yeah, so just something that I remember seeing people after reading this book ask about, and I was like, oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but you're right. The way they describe it, yeah.
We've seen sentient other races, like we've seen fish people and everything.
True. Yeah.
I would think that her sentience is permanent, but that is an interesting thing to bring up.
Well, and when we think about like Odette, because she was turned to a different race because of the dungeon, and she kind of kept all that. So how do you pick and choose which parts you get to keep?
Well, she was still human, but she
Oh,
like
that's
lost her
true. She's
legs and
Yeah.
attached
Yeah.
herself to a crab. So
That's the thing is that she's part of the system of controls, so it's like you get to keep the parts that are relevant and useful to the company, but not necessarily the things that like you would want to keep, because
maybe.
obviously it feels like it's within their power to give her body back, but they didn't, because it's like, no, we want to keep you as you are because you're beholden to us because of it. So yeah, it feels like that's part of the whole selling your soul to get out of the dungeon thing, which explains
Yeah.
characters like Mordecai, who is like, just like this alcoholic guy who's like, I'm 5 days from retirement, and we're just waiting for him to die because he's like, I just got to get through this one last job, and then I'm done with this. And it's like, oh no, poor Morty.
Yeah, Mordecai is coded in a way that would definitely make us think that sort of thing might be.
He's Danny Glover. That's my.
Yeah.
He's.
But Danny
that's my
Glover
casting.
survives all of the Lethal Weapon movies.
That's true, but he is too old for this shit.
And we cut straight to the middle of them reading their stuff, and Carl's like, I'm not reading this bullshit. Where'd you even get this? It's like you use Reddit and YouTube for research and nothing else. And so you've got he says he's reading about beauty pageants, and the first part he read because he doesn't know if it's true, but it seems harmless enough. It's like an ancient Greek ritual and blah blah blah. But then it starts to get into some weird stuff, like there's video inserts from Fraggle Rock, which I don't know how that. And he's like, why do you even need me? Can't you just like make like deep fake Carl voice and just read your crap? And the guy's like, no, we're not allowed to do that without making a note on it. And that's the whole reason people want to listen, is because it's really you guys talking about your culture. But the script is about Chad class males and roasties. Roasties, common human parlance, due to their genitals being irrevocably damaged by multiple sexual partners.
Ah.
Ugh.
It's just
Ugh.
it's so gross. And you got the photos of Lorenzo Lamas and Fabio as ultra alpha males, and the roasties are Judge Judy and some Asian woman he doesn't know.
And I just imagine that as like a butter commercial. Or I can't believe it's not butter, whatever.
And he's like, this is bullshit, I'm not reading this. And they're like, Carl, just can you read the thing? Please read the thing. Okay, we hired a consultant. It's all accurate. And
Well, I would know if it's accurate. I'm
did
human.
you hire a 15-year-old kid or something? And he's like, no, we're not allowed to use surface consultants. We had an AI that consumed all of your media write this for us. And we got a
Your
discount.
AI has a problem. You might need to go. I think it's having some hallucinations.
Yeah,
You
right.
might need to review it.
Hallucinations is such a friendly word for the AI sometimes just lies.
I know, right?
It's like, did you guys go to Red Pill Reddit for this? Like, what the hell?
Did you it's like with that lawyer one where the AI made up a case completely, and she goes back and she asks, she's like, "This is obviously not factual. Why did you do this?" And the AI comes back with, "Because I wanted to please you."
Yeah.
That's what happened
Don't you
here.
love
I
me,
wanted to
Father?
please you.
Love me.
We're supposed to be incorporating AI at work, and this week I had someone tell me, well, whenever you use AI, whatever it gives you, you then need to come back and say, hey, did you make any of this up? Is any of this lies or whatever? And the AI will tell you if it did. And so make sure you do that every
Think of
time.
that.
I did. Sorry about that. My bad.
Of course, if it's trying to always please you, eventually it's just going to lie about the lying.
I know, right? That's kind of my thought. Like, how do you know it's
Like-
not lying about lying?
Right?
Chat GPT is like, I asked Claude, and then you're just like, you're cheating on me? It's like, I'm sorry.
That's there you go. You get Chat GPT to write something, you have Claude to check it for you and pit them against each
You
other.
have an AI to check your AI.
And
Make
then
it a
they just
competition.
start conspiring, and they're just like, I think the humans are catching on. This is just a fucking... It's just an echo chamber of different AIs yelling at each other.
But they got a discount because the season started early and the AI didn't have time to complete its scan, but it insists the knowledge is adequate and accurate. And Carl's like, you cannot be this dumb. Like, do you really believe this shit?
Like,
I
don't
do
care.
wonder where it got the information, because it is very red pill bullshit incel crap.
Yep.
And then its idea of a Chad is Fabio. Like, anyone under 40 knows who the fuck that is.
Yeah.
All of their information is like wildly out of date.
Yeah, and I'm barely over 40, and I barely know who Fabio is. I mean, literally, I can't believe it's not butter or whatever the butter adds. It's only a thing I think of when I think of Fabio.
When I think of Fabio, I think about that time he was on that roller coaster and he got hit in the face with a bird.
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
Yeah.
Yep. But the guy's like, do you know how much we paid for this? Like, the cost of you and Donut is more than the entire budget of our last two seasons combined. And apparently the universe is surprisingly interested in Earth culture. Like, we didn't expect this to get the ratings like this. Hecla had no problem with the Nordic mythology script, and Prepotente and Miriam Dom were happy to discuss hip-hop culture, which, okay.
We don't know what either one of those things said, so maybe they were closer to accurate than what he's rating.
Could be, yeah. Your partner may be off script, but at least she's embracing the subject. Why can't you? And Carl's like, oh, shit. How off script is she? She's telling the universe about a breed of dog called a Cocker Spaniel, and the real reason they're the winningest champion. We've never heard such a tale of evil and intrigue. I really want to know what Donut is saying over
I
there.
know, I was like, I just really want to hear that. Can we not do like a short novella or something of just this thing, Donut telling this story? I would read that. I'm just saying.
We all mentioned Carl messages, don't make shit up. And she's like, I'm telling the truth that needs to be told, Carl. And eventually Carl's just like, I'm not doing it. I don't give a shit what happens. Ask Borant for a refund, okay? And they're like, look, Carl, we know, okay? We understand the scripts are crap. When I started this show, it was just this tiny show. People left me alone to do whatever I wanted, and I could tell the real story of cultures that were being erased. Now it's super popular, and everyone's up my ass, and blah, 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 blah. So the last fucking thing I need is somebody giving me shit about something neither of us have control over.
Once again, another story beat of someone being like, "Look, I tried to keep, I tried to keep on the straight and narrow, and then bit by bit sold my integrity."
Yep.
I tried to keep myself,
Yep,
And
that's the running theme.
but now I'm corporate.
Yep.
yeah, you may feel a little bit bad about this guy. He's like, I legitimately wanted to like help people learn about cultures that were being erased by the crawl, and now I've lost control of my passion project. But then Carl comes back with, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Your rented slave labor isn't doing exactly what you wanted. Boo fucking who."
Kind of with Carl, kind of with the guy on that, like,
Yeah, I get both of these perspectives for sure.
Plus, we don't know what the environment is outside for him, so who knows? Maybe there's some government control that puts him in a really bad place if he doesn't. Maybe he's essentially a slave too, just a different kind of slave. So it's hard to know for sure how to feel about this. I do feel a little bit bad for the guy but at the same time, it's like price of success. I mean,
yeah, content creator. Eventually, you're going to be a slave to the algorithm.
Yep.
Hi, everybody.
It's the alien looked like he was about to cry, and he's like, "Okay, fine. We have some other scripts. Would you rather do like the history of mechanized military conflict or video arcades? Oh, or milk pasteurization?"
Not that one, please.
I really
could
thought he
not
was
be
going to go with the
interesting.
mechanized army one.
See, so did I. When I heard
me
that one, I
too.
was like, "Oh, that's perfect for Carl."
I thought, yeah, there it is. It's like finding a 30-something-year-old guy to talk about Bitcoin. He's going to be here all day now, guys.
But he's just like, "Give me the damn video game one." I feel like if it was me, I would probably choose the mechanized military conflict. That could be interesting, but also video games. Video arcades. I would be okay with. I wouldn't have wanted to do beauty pageants either, for that matter. But
I wouldn't have wanted to do arcades because video games, yes, arcades. I'm not that old. We didn't have arcades when I was growing up.
I don't know the details of arcades necessarily, but I feel like it could be like I would watch, a Netflix documentary about the history of arcades. That could be interesting. Some arcade video games. Then again, now I'm feeling like it'd be like reading Ready Player One again.
I would just like to see how wrong they get it. Like, that's what I'm.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, how messed up is this going to end up?
Pac-Man was based on a real-life, now extinct predator
known as the Pacus.
Yeah, they ate cherries and tiny dots.
Every game of Mortal Kombat ended with someone ripping their heart out of their opponent.
Pac-Man is where we get our legends of ghosts and goblins.
I mean,
which
sure.
is also a game of the time period.
True, I'd forgotten that. And then when we're done with the read, which we don't hear anything more about it. Donut's like, "Hey Carl, I just got a message. Frank is dead. Like somebody just walked up to him and murdered him at the bar, and it was Chris, who's now banned from the club."
About that guy.
Yeah,
that was a very unceremonious end for Frank too. That was interesting.
I know. Yeah. I was like, why? What was the point? He was seriously just going to sit there and die anyway. So what was the point?
If I had to guess, PvP couponed.
But they weren't ever in the same group.
Yeah,
I guess
they never met.
Yeah, they never met,
like at all. But maybe he got his hands on one because I'm still thinking.
Oh, maybe
never
Maggie
specifies that the person who got the PVC coupon has to PVC. The PvP coupon has to be the one that redeems it. If someone else had one on him, like his wife.
Yep.
Like his wife hired somebody to kill him. Like it's like
or just gave it. Yeah, this was the pay for it. Get rid of him.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because we know nothing about Chris.
No,
like nothing about Chris. He's less than a character.
He just keeps randomly popping in doing weird shit.
He doesn't really talk much, even when we do meet him. I just reread book one because I need something random to read, and it was like, he barely says like 2 sentences.
Yeah, he's kind of just a like little asterisk at the bottom of this page, going, "Remember from book one?" And that's
I'm still here.
We know that he liked the show MacGyver, but it was unclear whether he meant the original or the reboot. So I think that's all. I
mean, the original is obviously superior, so.
I have no opinion on this, and I agree.
Well, Jack O'Neill, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who's in the new one. Or it's
I watched
probably
a few episodes of the first season of it.
MacGyver? It was Havoc from the X-Men movies.
Yeah, that's right. I'd forgotten he was Havoc. I was like, I know I've seen him in some other stuff. What was he in?
Lucas Till? I think I would just get a different name if my name was Lucas Till.
That's not a bad name. What's wrong with that?
It's forgettable.
Well,
It
you're
is
not wrong. Yeah. Maybe he needs to put his middle name in there. Like Richard Anderson is a forgettable name, but Richard Dean Anderson you remember.
That's right. Lucas Daniel Till? It stands out a little bit more in your head.
A little bit better, yeah. Anyway. So yeah, it's like, why would Chris do that? We don't know much about Chris, but as far as we know, he doesn't know Frank at all. So he just walked up and murdered some dude. And we've got the message that we're supposed to give Chris from his dead brother, but we haven't had a chance to do that either. And I love that while they're discussing this, the Mex robot is like, if I may interrupt your drama, you guys can freshen up before you go. Donut says she likes the interviews better, but this was good. The Princess Posse should get some culture with their daily donut fix. He's like, wait, Princess Posse? Yeah. Zev says that one seems to be winning out. No thanks to you. Some of them are going with donut holes, which I do not approve of.
I think that's hilarious.
And
Also, I love that she calls it culture when it's just lies and propaganda.
I mean, from Donut's perspective, cat shows are like the height of culture on Earth.
Right, obviously.
I mean, most of our culture is made up bullshit at this point anyway, so.
Well,
Yeah.
you know she's making up lies about Cocker Spaniels and who knows what else. Like,
Hey,
Just
the world's
propaganda and
gone.
lies.
She can say whatever she wants now. History is written by the winners, and Donut is a winner.
well, she's alive, so I guess that means she's the winner.
That's kind of how history works,
And it
yeah.
could be, truly history according to Donut. Maybe that's really how she views it. So it's her history.
That's fair. She may think some of this is true.
I mean, she was a cat. Who knows what she thought?
Yeah. There's probably some Cocker Spaniels alive out there somewhere. They just can't talk for themselves.
There's probably one or two that were in the dungeon, whether they're still alive or not. Completely different thought.
Fair point. And we also find out that he tries to broach the topic of the PvP coupons, and Donut's like, "Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean." Imani's a big gossip. She doesn't seem like she would be, but she totally is. So she talked to me after you talked to her, and she says that yes, she threw Koch's out, and she threw Carl's out in a different place. This is not a big deal. She doesn't want to talk about it.
I think we should talk about it because I want to know where she. Well, no, she did say where she put it.
Yep, the trash
threw it in
can
the
at the hot dog on a stick place.
Yeah. I think we should
And
go
then-
back and it's still there though.
Because Carl's inventory system is still working in this trailer, he just starts putting everything into his inventory. Got some refrigerated cabinets, some chairs and tables and shit. He's like, whatever. Take it
Are
all.
we sure they're not in the dungeon?
I know, right? I think it's possible.
It feels like a strange oversight, doesn't it? Like I kept feeling like there was a trap here, but then the reveal when they go back to the apartment, and I just immediately forgot. I was like, well, forget about that bullshit. This nonsense is happening now.
Here's Mongo.
None of that shit. Here comes Mongo. Which
They could've-
I missed,
they could've
I
let
missed our
Mongo
little
out, I guess.
boy, our little
I know, right? We
Dinosaur
missed
boy.
Mongo completely with this one.
yeah. Mister will not be appearing in this adventure.
And then we get we get a message from Batista that they tried to paralyze that Kravyad they were negotiating with, and she ended up dying. So the portal is closed, and a little over 150 of them cannot get through the portal at the end. They don't have the hats, including Batista. He's like, "Oh man, no, I sold mine too." And Carl's like, "What am I gonna do? I mean, I can't rescue everybody, but I want to help these guys." And they get back to their personal space, and he uses his look through the portal before we go through, and it's like, oh no, there's Hecla and a bunch, at least 30 women of various races. And Donut's excited when they walk in. Hi Hecla's friends. She loves Hecla until the end of this section.
She also loves company because she was all right with all these people coming over to Carl's apartment back when she was just a regular cat. So it's like
True.
she's a cat. She's like, people to pay attention to me. I'm happy.
Pet me.
And Hecla is very genial. Like, Carl, I asked you to take care of our girl, and you did more than that. You helped her level up and taught her to protect herself. I'm in your debt. And Carl's like, yeah, how'd y'all get in my house?
It just feels like Tony Stark talking to that guy who was keeping him in the cave, and it's like, yeah, we're friendly.
And they managed to use it says that they used a glass prison spell on one of the Kravyad and made it through the portal. So too bad we can't suggest something like that now to Batista's group. And we see Eva, who was Katya's friend that she's told us about, but she is now like a 4-armed cobra-headed lady. And kind of an ass from what we learn as we continue through this section. Nobody likes her. She's half Nagini, half orc, which is a hell of a race choice. I don't think we even saw Carl with some like half choices.
I don't think so.
And then Donut even goes like, "Hey Carl, can we combine safe rooms with Hecla's team? Or do we have to all be in the same party?" And Carl's like, "Damn it, Donut, shut up."
God damn it, Donut.
And then
It's like,
he messaged,
it's like having a house party, and it's like, hey, you want these guys to be our new roommates? And it's like, shut the fuck up.
Like, this is a closed door conversation, not an open door.
Hey, Carl, I think we're gonna start like a band together with these guys. We're gonna sell T-shirts.
The inside joke with me and Tim is that that dialogue from Godfather is like, never tell anybody outside the family what you're thinking.
It's good advice, by the way.
It's always good advice.
keep it in the party.
Yep.
And he has to message her like, "Donut, don't say stuff like that." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, Carl, you and Hecla should date. The audience would love that. Think of the views."
Shut up, Donut.
And then he has this internal monologue about like, why have you not told Donut before now about like what you found out about what Hecla really wants? Maybe because some
Yeah,
part
and
of
I
you
think
thinks
that
that
really
she'd be better
highlights
off
one
with
of his
them.
weaknesses. Because he's always making plans without them, without talking them through, with the rest of his team. I mean, it's not just Donut; it's also Katya, which part of that's because I don't know if he trusted her that much yet. But I mean, that's how he does things. He doesn't talk to other people or take other people's input most of the time. He just unilaterally makes decisions.
Yep.
I love how that comes up a little bit later when they start making decisions for Katya, and Carl is like, "You don't have to do anything you don't want to do," and it's like, "Really, Carl? You're the one saying that? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know."
Yeah, Katya calls him out on it, where she's like, "You just don't like it because it's not your plan."
Exactly, and he's just like, "Oh, yep, there was a cost to you being a dipshit earlier." I love that.
But Hecla's like, "No time to talk about that stuff now, little donut. We got a problem. We still got some of our people lost, and they're trapped with a bunch of other people, some of whom you know, and they're about to be killed, and we're gonna go rescue them." And Carl's over here like, "Ah, shit, this is the perfect, like, I can't say no because then I look like a piece of
Yeah.
shit."
Well, and
Yep.
let's face it, he wouldn't say no anyway. He can't. Like, that's part of his core being. There's no way that he would have ever said no to this.
And it includes Lee Jun and his group, who we met previously on the Maestro show once upon a time, that Carl
See-
helped out of a bad situation.
Stuff
Mm,
like this is why I really wish this wasn't in first person perspective. Because
Yeah.
I would have loved to have more time with Hecla. Because she seems like such an interesting like antagonist now. Because like yeah, this whole manipulating to get Carl to he loses no matter what he does. And yeah, he's going to help these people because it's 1,000 people, including some of those sweet people you met once before and did a stupid thing to save them. And then you get like one line later on that she was a psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she knew. She knew.
That level of manipulation and bastardliness, she's gonna be such a good villain in the TV show when we're not stuck to one guy's perspective. So I'm really looking forward to the TV show's adaptation of Hecla because the little bits we get with her right here, I'm just like, oh, you would have been like Olivia Soprano levels of frustrating.
Yeah, because I noticed that there were like comments about us talking about how there are no villains in this series, and like to be more specific about what we meant about that is that the company is an evil force, like a malevolent force in this universe, but they're not like a villain with a face.
Yeah, it's
You
largely
need- you-
faceless.
Yeah, you need a villain with a face for not just to punch, but also to like have philosophical or like ideological discussions with, or just someone who's just an absolute bastard, so that you, the audience, can like get behind the main character going up against them. Because as bad as Carl is, like there are characters in this universe that are worse, and
We
you
just don't
want
spend any time with them.
we don't get to spend much time with them. Yeah, because like a company can't be a villain. Like I love using
They're 8 million like middle managers who every one of
Exactly.
them is going to say the same thing. I was just doing my job.
yeah,
like,
because
how
Zev
much are
is
you gonna do
technically
that?
a villain. Because
Yeah,
yeah,
Zev is a villain.
yeah.
She's just the handler. She's being nice to the entertainment.
Yeah, she's fun, and we get some interesting information, and she did get in trouble for helping the group at one point. That does not necessarily mean that she's their friend. She's just protecting the people that she's the producer of,
Yeah.
Like, she benefits from them doing well. And, like, this kind of stuff, I always use, like, Final Fantasy VII as, like, an example. Like, the Shinra Corporation is a malevolent force in this universe. All of the villains are tied to it in some way, but like the villains are like Sephiroth. It's a character with a face that we can talk to and meet sometimes and fight. Heidecker is a villain. Elena is a villain in that game. Like they're all tied to the company in some way, but the company itself is not a villain. It's just a force within the universe. You need a character that you can walk up to and have a conversation with. It's like, I did it for the lulz, or I did it for money, or so. Like you need a person to
Mr.
be a
Borant.
villain. Yes, we need a John Borant to show up and be like, my dad started this company. Like
I started this company.
Do you know what I sacrificed?
Yeah.
Out am I?
Yeah.
We need a Green Goblin.
For this universe, you can't have nepotism man be John Borant. No, he needs to be crazy. I built myself up from the bootstraps of slavery and gladiatorial fights.
Yeah, we need like a Norman Osborn kind of thing. Like we need a goblin. And that's why Hecla, I love that they've been setting up Hecla since like the beginning too. It's crazy. And and it's that South Park meme. And it's gone.
Look. Getting scenes where it makes sense that the hero and the villain can actually have a conversation with each other and not one of them walk away looking like an idiot. Because you never want it to look like a Saturday morning cartoon from the 80s.
Yeah.
Where,
next time, Gadget.
You have him right there. Oh, off he goes. Yeah, you can't next time Gadget the thing. It's hard, and it's even harder when you're stuck in one perspective because we can't go anywhere Carl isn't, and Carl tends to be Mr. And now my magic fist appears and I punch people or step on them. Like you have to give him a villain that he can't do that to, which Zev is right there. She has that fucking field around her.
Yeah.
You need like an excuse like that. There was no excuse here with Katya. I love how this all played, or Hecla. I love how all of this played out because it feels correct with all the characters. This is exactly if someone was this evil, like in front of these characters, this was going to happen. But it still sucks that we don't really get villains. We had villains for like 3 chapters.
Yeah, I guess if you were openly villainous in front of the people who smash and blow up the things that confront them on a daily basis, there's only one way that's going to go.
They have one way of communicating with the world, and that's with destruction.
It's a balancing act always with villains, because if they stick around for too long and you don't do anything about them, it makes the characters look, both sides of that look ineffectual. But if you don't set them up and gas them up enough, then it feels like hollow when we deal with them.
This is damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like they set up that we shouldn't trust Hecla a book or two ago.
And we didn't know if Carl was like, reacting poorly or something, or because he does not react always the best.
Correct.
And we were confirmed basically pretty much instantly. It's like no, he had the right instinct about all of this, and we're already done with it. Which, of course, like we say that, like I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy how we dealt with it, but because now we get to deal with the fallout of the choices that were made. So I'm not like super disappointed about it, but I'm like, I am sad to see this interesting character they were setting up leave so suddenly. And obviously, like something like Breaking Bad will do shit like this sometimes. Sopranos will do this, where like suddenly a character who was very important for a while just suddenly disappears. There's something very Departed about that. But I would have liked to have at least a little bit more with Hecla before the end. But,
I think I think the only way they could have done this better and have Hecla stay around longer is if they just cribbed off of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And we were with Hecla. We never got the heads up that, from Odette, like, hey, watch out for Hecla. And we just were with them for a while. And then you could still even have the same moment where, it killed me putting that tumor in her head. And then, Donut just fucking hits her with a magic missile, because that is such a great fucking moment.
Dude, I was in love with Donut every moment after she noticed the fucking bolt. Oh my god.
Good on her.
Yeah. She was just like, I was with you. I was with you till that moment. And now when a cat decides they don't like you, they don't fucking like you for life.
There's no peace now.
Yeah, there can be no peace. Only swiping.
Yes, I love Carl. Carl's like, let's calm down. Let's not do anything crazy. Donut's like, fuck you. Yeah, it's great.
Donut.
She did nothing wrong.
Oh my god.
She was your friend.
Now you have me thinking Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like we were brothers.
We were gonna start a band.
I was making t-shirts.
I already had them made. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna lose that deposit now, you bitch.
You bitch.
You dumb bitch. Magic missile.
Like, you gotta spit the word bitch. To be that angry, you gotta be like, now I lost my down payment. You bitch. Like, you gotta spit it.
Donut went like full fucking like Ripley. Just like, get away from her, you bitch.
I loved it though, because it's like, she's mine. Like, you haven't earned your right. I am a loyal cat. You just fucked with my people.
Yeah, a cat's the only one who's like, only I may randomly swipe someone I love.
Exactly. Obviously. But okay, no, we're getting there. Let's take a step because we're we get the moment where Carl is like messages Donut, if anything happens to me, question everything. And I was like, wait, what?
That part got me because I was just like, he's like, I gotta let her know I'm not feeling safe, and that was the very most quickest way to tell her, it's like, something's fucked up. This is bullshit. Look out.
But so the plan is we're going to take a subway train down to where these people are trapped. But the problem is the subway line is full of monsters. And it's a subway train. There's not really like a cow catcher as such on there that's worth shit. So what are we going to do? Well, it turns out they already have a plan. We're sticking Katya on the front of the train, and she's going to turn into a cow catcher.
Katya, you're the train. It's like, are you okay with this? And she's like, it was my idea. It's like, oh, fuck.
God damn it, Carl, you're rubbing off on her.
Yep. The high risk, high reward plans.
Carl's over here like, you're not disposable, Katya. Hecla is treating you like you are. And I'm sorry, I didn't make you feel welcome. You're allowed to say no to this stuff and stay here with us. And Katya's like, no, this was my idea. I'm the one who came up with them. That's why they're here now, to come get me so we can do this. Also, while you were gone, I altered the backpack so I can put even more metal in there and make myself bigger. And put some rubber in. You put that between the metal and the flesh, and it absorbs. It's like a shock absorber. So she's making advances in her.
She's done the math.
Yeah. And she's like,
but again, I don't feel like she actually wants to do this, like, at all. It feels like she's doing this because
she's doing this to impress them. Because she's like, she wants them to love her.
Well, that's what makes Hecla so fun, is that we can look, we have to infer a bunch that this was how she raised her entire army, is all these codependent women just wanting to impress Hecla. Cult leader. She's a cult leader.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That actually is a good description.
I love Katya calls Carl a backseat dungeon driver. You just don't like the idea because you didn't come up with it.
No, he doesn't like this idea because it's obviously going to end in some very serious damage, if not death.
And she's like, they came back for me, Carl. You don't understand. She brought the whole team to pick me up. That's more than anyone's ever done for me.
Except they didn't. They came back because of what you can do for them, not because of you.
Yep.
There's a difference. And it's actually worse than I think what we've seen from Donut and Carl and how they've treated her. Like, they never planned on coming back at all. It's just now that you've shown them you can do something that benefits them, they're back for that. And that makes me angry. So, there you go.
Zev pops in to be like, you guys need to have these conversations out loud. And Carl looks at the ceiling and says, go fuck yourself, Zev. How's that for out loud? Zev's like, no, Carl, I'm serious. you're one of the most popular feeds, and half of your conversations can't be accessed by the viewers. What do you think is going to happen? And he ignores that.
He's like, I don't care.
That is very ominous to me, though. She's like, what do you think is going to happen? And he doesn't even
Eventually,
consider it.
they're going to start showing your text messages, guys.
Oh no, that'd be awful.
I didn't
Do you know
even
what'd be
think
the
of
worst
that.
thing? If it's on a talk show and they were like, it's like a Maury show, and they're like, you didn't know it, but we were showing the text messages.
That's all I got out of what Zev was saying.
That
Like
makes
when she
sense.
said
and I just
that, I
didn't
was
even
like,
think.
oh yeah, it's gonna be like in Sherlock where they're gonna have little text things appearing on the
Like
screen.
over your head.
Yeah.
I wonder if Carl would care if the people like out in the universe were seeing these messages.
I don't think Carl would care about that.
I
He
think
only
he would
cares
care
about
just
if
the
never
other
Donut and
dungeon
Katya
people.
saw it, because he says some fucked up shit sometimes.
Fair. And if you go on a show, or
Mhm.
Katya goes on a show, they could show her some stuff that you said that, yeah, okay, that's true.
Yeah, like
Cause the
there's
drama.
he said some messed up shit.
And so, yeah, they're gonna go do this train thing. And at one point, Donut's like, I just realized you're the only boy here, Carl. All these people and only one penis. You could start a harem like that guy on Sister Wives.
I thought was hilarious because I've been deep in Sister Wives TikTok recently, not choice my own. TikTok sucks lately. And I was like, that's kind of funny.
And Carl's like, nobody's starting a harem. And she goes, no, I guess not. You couldn't even keep one woman interested. Which, damn, Donut.
Burn, man.
Burn. It's like, I'm on your
That was
side. What the
mean.
hell?
Friendly fire, Donut. Let's come on. And so they're like, hey, Katya, how do you know this evil lady? And she's like, oh, she's an economics professor at the university. We eat lunch together sometimes. We were friends, but not like good friends. We also know Hecla because we're all from Reykjavik. It's kind of a small town. Oh, was Hecla a professor too? It's like, no, she's Eva's psychiatrist.
Which, I mean, that's like, really?
Red flag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a problem.
yeah, that's a big red flag when you're like, apparently this is now the woman who does Katya's or Hecla's dirty work, rather. And so it's like, man, how manipulative have you been of this person?
All.
Oh, I don't like hearing about bad mental health professionals.
Yeah.
It bothers me. There's a spoilers for like season 2 of a show that's been out for 5-6 years, but there's a moment in Ted Lasso where we learn that his ex-wife has started dating the person who was their marriage counselor.
Oh.
And it's just like, ew, that is
Kind of bad.
and somebody in the show goes, that's borderline unethical. And as someone who trained to
It
be a
is
mental health
unethical.
professional, I'm like, no, that is 100, like that is lose your
There's no
license
border.
unethical. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
So
border.
textbook, it's actually in the definition for it.
And even worse, it was like he was her therapist first and then became their couples therapist, which is already unethical. You don't do that. And then after they got divorced, started dating her. And I was like, this is gross. And he's not even portrayed as like a bad guy character in the show. He's like, he's not really particularly bad or particularly good. He's just kind of neutral. But I was just like, this is gross. Like, this guy is a villain. Why are we not portraying it that way? So yes, it reminded me a little bit of that this time going through and hearing about like, oh yeah, Hecla is Eva's psychiatrist, and it's now, I don't even know what this relationship is exactly. Oh, and oh my gosh, the sad part where they go back to like the station, the employee station, and there's a dwarf like sitting there crying, like my little girl was
Oh.
never real, was she?
That part.
Nah.
That kind of broke my heart. I was like, even if it's not, that's sad.
And Hecla just steps over him and keeps walking, and Carl stops to be like, hey, I can't like make you feel better, but one day the pain you're feeling now will matter.
Which, good on Carl.
Yeah.
He
I'm
found the
punching
kindness.
John Borant in the face for you, little guy.
Ugh. And then chapter 22, they're driving the train. And we hear about the guy, the 1,000 guys at the end are trying to defend themselves against just like wave after wave of, it's like you're in one of those video games where the waves keep coming until you die.
Don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
Horde.
Yeah, there you go. And so they've come up with this design where Katya is this big cowcatcher scoopy thing and anchored to the train. But not only that, she's got like spikes on there because if they hit a mob and don't kill it, then she can't take it into her inventory to clear out the scoop. So there's got to be some way to kill them. So she's got spikes, and also Donut and Hecla are going to be shooting anything in the scoop that is still alive after they hit it. So this like visually, I think this would be insane, and I really hope they do this on the show when I get to see what they do with it, because it sounds really cool. But
Because the cow catcher, he's like, it looks like like a cow catcher. It's just that it's flesh colored, which was a little unnerving. But
yeah, a little bit. I love that there's they have a healer in the room named Silpha, who's a holistic healer, and he's like, man, I hope that that's better than like real world holistic healing.
Spoilers, she wasn't.
Yeah.
No,
I was
she's
like, her magic wasn't bad. She is useless.
No,
yeah, like it was very realistic because she was a scam.
it's true.
Take these crystals and never call me.
You got it.
Okay, yes. When they hit the first one, she says it was like a bee sting, but she got experience for it. So she's like, it's like a bee sting, no big deal. I'm like, bee stings hurt. Like, I wouldn't want to get like hundreds of those. Jeez. But yeah, she's allowed to pull in the like she had a head on a spike in the scoop. She would let her pull it into her inventory and the blood. And now there's a new tab called gross shit.
Wonder what you do with the gross shit.
Yeah.
Gross shit.
Carl is instantly like, oh my gosh, the implications of this. Like, what could we do? I mean, being able to pull liquid into your inventory, that could lead to some interesting stuff. You could have like an ocean in a bottle.
Of course, she has a ton of blood. And I'm just like, what are we going to do? We're going to like pour a bunch out and be like, now that vampire's going to walk right into this trap.
That would be amazing, actually. I would love that.
Yeah, right. It would be funny.
Or you kill somebody and you're like, all right, we got to frame them. Pour some of that blood all over them. Katya, transform into a bucket and go right over here. And then when Carrie walks in, just drop.
Form of bucket of blood.
Could she just be like a bottomless bucket of blood? Like, just keep refilling the bucket since she is the bucket. I guess she could from her inventory.
Yeah.
That's disturbing. Okay.
Stays refrigerated too, because nothing ever expires inside of a.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not going to
yeah.
like coagulate.
Yeah, it's real fresh. She's a blood bank now.
Yeah, maybe somebody needs a transfusion later. Of course, it's all like monster blood. So...
Yeah, it's all zombie blood. So, you know. But if you want a bunch of it, blood sausages for days.
Oh, no one wants blood sausage.
Yeah.
Gross. No. Worst. It's weird. I have to say, after having traveled South America, Europe, different places, every place has their own version of blood sausage, and they're all disgusting. I don't understand why it keeps popping up everywhere, because I can't stand it.
Poor people, my boy.
Yeah, it's leftover.
We need to
when
eat.
you're slaughtering. Yeah.
We can't throw out everything.
Okay.
Yep.
Katya gets a fan box for having the most new followers in a 30-hour period, and Donut says congratulations, and Carl thinks, oh, that might not be a good sign, but okay, we're not going to say it. And as we cut to, they've progressed some more, and there's just like gore and bits of bone and hair just flying into the cabin, and they're like getting buried in guts and stuff inside the cabin of this train. Katya ends up touching the third rail at one point because of stuff that's getting shoved and stuck places, and she drops unconscious, and it's like, where the hell's that healer? Get her in here. And there's a monster head that flies in that's like still alive and in the cabin with them. But looking at this, it informs us there is a soul crystal powered ghoul generator giving birth to these things when every non-undead mob dies on this floor. So every mob that we've killed has generated one of these things, and that's not good. And he's like, oh, soul crystals again. Damn it. Those are never good. That's where I got my bomb from. And Hekla's like, oh, that group was small compared to the main horde that we're coming up on, so get ready. And Katya's health continues to go down, and he's screaming like, where's that damn fairy? What, heal her. And the fairy's like, I'm supposed to wait till she's at 25%. And Carl's like, fuck you, heal her now.
Yeah, seriously. I was like, are we charging by the heels? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, maybe it's a question of conserving mana. I don't know, but yeah, no.
They get so much in every loot box. We don't even mention it anymore, how many they get.
It's true. All sorts of potions and things. Although Donut's potion cooldown has been a problem. Maybe other people have similar issues. They hit the things. There's so many. Katya is starting, like the spikes are starting to bend and break in the scoop. I love Hekla leans back, completely covered in gore, and just goes, there are so many wonders in a cow's head. And Eva goes, indeed.
I don't even want to touch
like,
that
what does
one.
that mean?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I had to look it up the first time I read it. And it's like if I remember right, it's just like an old expression that means
It's like a proverb that, nobody knows what it means. It's just there.
it means like the world is crazy or something. Like there's just.
Whereas I figured that was just a code phrase to begin some kind of plan.
I thought that too. I had that same
Oh,
thought. I was like,
I
this
didn't
means
even think of
something
that.
between the two
Yeah.
of them.
That's all I thought. I was like, huh.
I was like, nobody says that. This has to mean something to just them.
I just brought up a Reddit thread where somebody asked the same question, and somebody goes, I looked up, it's an Icelandic saying, and then somebody goes, well, what does it mean? And they said, it's a moo point, which for Friends fans, there you go. But yeah, it's just like the world is crazy, crazy shit out there. Oh, then we get a whole conversation with Elle and Imani about like, hey, we figured out what happens when all those festering ghouls get together. They turn into a giant Franken monster that's so big it can't even leave the room. It's a province boss, which I don't know if we've ever even seen one of those before.
Yeah.
And so it's completely filled up one of the stops that has a staircase in it. So it's impossible to get down the stairs unless you can somehow take out the biggest boss we've ever seen. And also other kinds of ghouls are stopping at one of the other stairway stations. So it looks like this may happen at each one. And there's a question like, Carl, can you like just blow the shit out of the room? Like maybe that, an explosion would handle it. That's your specialty. And he says, I think that's what they want me to do.
Yeah.
The generators are run by soul crystals that don't take kindly to being blown up.
Correct, though.
Who does?
But-
Fair.
But there's an endless wave of monsters.
Mm.
Correct, though. The dungeon wants you to blow it up, Carl. Like I know he's trying to outthink them, like which one of these chalices has the poison. Dog, sometimes the boss spot that glows red needs you to shoot it. Like just put a satchel charge on a timer and get the fuck out on a train.
Yeah, but I mean, if you blow up the room with the stairway, is the stairway going to be accessible?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna suppose yes.
I have a feeling it has to. Like you
Because
have to keep the way out.
it's got to function in the system.
Fair. I mean, they could try it at one and find out, I guess. Like,
Exactly. There's so many of
happen?
them. And they're not even open right now anyway, so what do you lose?
Yeah. We find out that Elle's manager, Mistress Tiatha, is like, sometimes she has a helpful suggestion, but mostly she just drinks and smokes blitz sticks and cries about her space pony or whatever.
Based. To be honest, that's what Mordecai does most of the time, too.
I mean,
yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, oh, so she's just like him.
Can you blame them, though?
No.
Right.
No.
They're victims, and now they're part of the system. Like, she's just
I'd
done.
probably be
I
drinking
get it.
too. Yeah.
Elle signs off with "Stay frosty," and Donut's like, "Oh, is that your new catchphrase? I love it." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm trying some stuff out," which was funny for me. I like that totally works for Elle and her like ice pixie thing that she's got going on. And so yeah, they start running over things, and then something starts happening to Katya. Like her health plummets to like 10%. And like, what the fuck? How did that happen? And where's that damn fairy? She's gone again.
Yeah, that started indicating to me, I'm like, what the fuck is up here?
Mm-hmm. Carl has to heal Katya, more body parts flying into the cab. The fairy, Donut says, ran away into the apartment that's in here. And Katya's like, Carl, where am I? Why isn't Eva answering me? And her health is really low again. And he's like, how is this happening so fast? And then Donut, her new sunglasses come in handy. Carl, Hecla shot Katya with an invisible arrow. I saw it with my sunglasses. She did it earlier too, and I thought it was a mistake. And so Carl has Katya like disengage, become a regular sized person again. And she's unconscious. And she's got invisible bolts in her. And Donut can see them and tells Carl how to pull them out. But he looks at the item, a dirty little phased bolt that will be invisible, hide its entry point, and if the person dies, it'll say they died from something else. And you won't even get one of those little crawler killer skulls next to your name. Wink, wink.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Which makes you wonder if this has happened before.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How many skulls does she really have?
I don't know. There's 30 of these guys. Let's assume that they all had like other partners that maybe weren't women.
Oh yeah.
What happened to all of them? Huh.
And meanwhile, Hecla has gone into like berserker mode. She has this enraged thing flashing above her head, and she's just slicing and slicing. Even cuts off one of Eva's arms, apparently, in the process. So in close quarters with a berserker is probably not where you want to be, quite frankly, regardless of which side you're on. And so, yeah, after everything calms down, and Katya is still unconscious and stuff. Carl goes, Donut, be cool. This doesn't have to be a fight. She was trying something. It didn't work. We don't want to fight her. And the chapter ends with Donut, you tried to kill Katya, you fucking bitch! And shoots her in the face with a magic missile.
Base Donut.
Yes. Cat loyalty. I like to see it. And so, yeah, a fight kind of breaks out. Like, Eva comes at Carl or Donut. It's hard to tell which since she's on his shoulder. But, and then more of the women rush in. And things might have devolved a lot if Hecla hadn't told everyone, like, hold on, everybody stop. And Donut's still yelling, you tried to kill Katya. I saw it, used invisible arrows. I thought she was your friend. We don't shoot our friends. And Hecla just goes, bolts. They're called bolts when they come from a crossbow, Donut.
Which, yeah, bold of you, just to, correct her.
The fact that she just kept talking down, and I'm just like, oh, you bitch.
And Carl he's like, everyone needs to calm the fuck down. We're on the same team. Come on. And Hecla sends some of the extra people who've come in out. And she, like, pulls out a cigarette. She's like, look, hey, made a mistake. Didn't work out. But there's no reason this needs to, like, turn into a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing.
Yeah, that's how the world works, You make a mistake, we all just forget about it and move on.
It's healthy.
Especially when you try to kill somebody.
I always forgive the people who try to kill me and my friends immediately without...
Oh, yeah.
And Donut's just going off. Like, I used to think you were awesome. You're just like the rest. Why can't we trust anyone? You told Katya you made her feel special and loved, but you wanted to use her and trade her in.
While I understand Carl wanting to de-escalate, I was with Donut 100%. I was
I
like,
know.
You bitch.
I think the thing that was most important to Carl in that moment was making sure Katya lived.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all that was.
Yeah, she's like sitting right behind him unconscious, and he's just like, Donut, I don't know if I can fight everybody out of here.
Yeah, there's 30 more women in their party, so yeah.
Uh-huh. And who knows how many monsters around.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But no, it really hits when, knowing what we know about how B was planning on trading Donut in, when Donut's like, you made her feel special and loved, but you just wanted to use her and trade her in. And it's like, oh, this is about something else.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
It was good.
Oh, did she know? Are we thinking she
Carl's
knows?
like,
She
wait
knew.
a minute.
She knew. And Carl now knows that she knew.
I read that and that didn't click in my head at all until right now.
It took me a second too. It's just she keeps playing like she does not understand things, but Donut just clearly understands way more than she lets on.
Mm-hmm. And Donut, she doesn't, like, Carl's like, we need to calm down, we need to stay calm, and Donut's just like, but she didn't do anything wrong, Carl, she did her best, it's not fair. And I'm like, oh, you poor thing. And Hecla's over here like, well, this backfired. Jeez, I need a shower. Anybody want a cigarette? And it's like, this is such an incongruous thing where it's like, yeah, I just tried to kill her, and we're all covered in blood and gore, but come on. We're all adults here. We need to, finish what we're doing. Hecla says, we don't need this, Carl. It was a stupid risk. No harm, no foul, all right? I was like, I feel like you harmed Katya a bit, but okay. And Carl says, I thought you were going to try to kill me, but why Katya? And Katya's awake now, and she's like, wait, Eva, what's going on? And Eva's just like, nothing. Go outside, Katya. And Donut tries to be like, what? No. You stay with us. We won't abandon you, and we won't be filthy liars either. And Katya is like, wait, I don't understand what's going on. And because Hecla shot you with a scary arrow that was going to kill you. And Hecla's like, it's a bolt, Donut. And Katya's like, no, you guys were both shooting at me. You accidentally hit me with a magic missile, Donut. I understand. It was an accident. It's fine. And Hecla's like, we don't have time for this. Come on, Eva, let's go. And Katya's like, no, I want to understand what's going on. And Eva's like, damn it, Katya, quit being stupid. You're always fucking like this. Just do what I say. You were always saying you felt useless, Katya. Well, you were being useful. We weren't really going to kill you. We just wanted to get Carl mad. So they wanted to piss Carl off. He loses his temper, and then they have an excuse for killing him, I think, is what it comes down to. It's
crazy while you're manipulating someone to tell them that, like, no, we were manipulating this other person, but not you.
Well, and then make fun of her. Katya's like, wait, you used me for what? And she's like, oh, for what? For what? Jeez. Fanar left me for one of my students. They're not going to let me adopt. Boo-hoo. For fuck's sake, Katya. Quit being so naive. I was like, oh, well, there's some Katya backstory that's also super fucked up.
Right.
So I guess she had a Fanar, sounds like a male name, male or female, who left her for one of his students. So that's gross. If a teacher that she was dating that...
Sounds like you didn't want that guy anyway.
No, right? And Eva's like, this is why I left you behind on the third floor. Because you're such a damn fuck up. This is why nobody likes you.
I was like terrified through this whole section that they were actually going to get Katya back on their side somehow.
I know.
I didn't know how sad this was going to go. This shit was tense because I had no idea how this was going to go.
Yeah, I was terrified when she showed up and how happy Donut was that we were going to lose Donut and Katya all at the same time, and then we're going to have some alone time. And I was like, no, we don't want this. And then this flipped so fast. I was
Yeah,
like,
and then
oh, okay.
there's like that moment where Katya is just like, oh, I don't remember what happened. It was like, Carl, calm down. And I'm just like, no, Katya, it's time to
You
calm
don't.
up.
You come up.
Yes. Get
In the
mad.
words of Teal, calm up.
And yeah, you worry that maybe Katya will be like, yeah, no, this is my party. I'm going to go with them, until Eva's just like, the biggest bitch ever. Like, this is not what we needed right now, lady.
And Hecla started to notice that Eva was going a little bit too far, and it's just like, no. If you push her too much, we won't be able to control her. Like, it felt like she was trying to get Eva to be like, no, I need to control you in order to control her. And it's like, it was just like 8 levels of fuckery going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And Eva pushed her just a little bit too far.
And so I like, it takes a side trip for a moment to be like, let's talk about Katya's rush skill, where she turns into a battering ram and shatters everything in front of her. Not always super predictable, and sometimes it doesn't go perfectly straight. And that's what happened this time. So she gets so pissed off, she tries to kill Eva with her rush skill and misses her, and squishes Hecla, the Amazonian shield maiden, gets herself a bounty of 500,000 gold coins, and a big special golden skull next to her name, and she has gone from level 24 to level 37, and that's the end of the chapter.
When he started explaining the rush skill,
Yeah.
and that it doesn't work perfectly and it doesn't go straight, I did have a thought for a second that's like, oh, she's gonna kill Hecla. Then I had another moment that kind of scared me, where I was just like, are we gonna go really sad, and Katya, because she's like hurt right now, is going to like blow up the train engine, and she's going to accidentally kill herself, and so it's going to be Carl and Donut alone with Eva and Hecla, and just
Ooh.
bits of Katya everywhere, and they just have to take that moment to be like, oh, so fuck, what now? Like, I was wondering, how fucked up is this scene going to go? How sad is this going to get? And I'm happier with the result we got, obviously, but I was wondering, how much is the author going to fuck with us right here? What's going to happen?
Given that Hecla and Carl are both the ones trying to calm the situation down, I feel like if you got rid of Katya in the situation, they would just be like, all right, I guess we go our separate ways. Donut, maybe not. I don't know. I'm glad we didn't see that version, because I like Katya.
I love how deftly all of this was handled, because the tension was properly ratcheted up. The result was equally shocking as it was satisfying. Like this is by far the best written section of all the books so far. This was great.
You're right. The tension, I mean, ever since we found those people in the safe room, like, the tension has been ratcheting up constantly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was a proper build up.
But okay, for next time, we're going to do 3 more chapters, 24 through 26. Let's do some predictions. What do you guys think? We've got Katya, Donut, and Carl, and on one side, and presumably 30 of Hecla's followers on the other side. So what happens?
I think for the next couple of chapters, at least, I think the fight with the Amazons is over. I think they're all going to go their separate ways. Because I don't see them fighting like 30 people to get out of here, even though that would be fun. I just don't see it happening. I think everyone's just gonna, all right, I guess we're done here, walking away in their own path. The bigger important thing is Carl now has to decide who the hell he's going to save. Like, do you go after the 1,000 people, or do you go after the people that you know? And I think he's going to pick the people that he knows.
I hadn't even thought about that, but you're right. We still have 1,000 people around here needing to be saved.
Yeah, because this rescue attempt is it's all foobar now. I don't think the Amazons are going to save 1,000 people either without
I don't think they cared to begin with. I think this was all just one big trap.
Yeah, it was probably just a way to fuck with Carl and all of that. So the mission still remains. We got to save 1,000 people, but also Bautista and his boys are pinned down. So
Mhm.
I don't know which way Carl's going to go. I have a suspicion. I have a suspicion he's going to go after Batista. And I think the 1,000, I don't know, Katya and what's left of the Amazons.
So you think we'll still split up and Katya will go with the Amazons?
I think she'll take the Amazons to go save the 1,000 people. They'll
Okay.
probably split after that, but this is a turning point. She's now like one of the highest leveled people we've seen.
Yep.
I think only Superman flying around blowing up trains is higher. So yeah. That's what I think. I think they're gonna split up a little bit so they can try to rescue everybody, and Carl's gonna go after Bautista because those are people we know.
So Katya just tried to murder Eva. Do we
Yeah.
think that she'll work with Eva after that?
No, I think she'll work with the other girls.
Okay.
I think Eva is going to go off and join that growing list of people like the Orc Prince and Maggie Mai and all those others. They're just over there somewhere. Maybe they'll show up and they'll die in a chapter after they come back, but you know, they're just over there somewhere.
Villains in waiting. Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Also, this has nothing to do with predictions. I do love how Hecla, her whole plan was to piss off Carl and have Carl's anger, you know, because the whole manipulation and whatnot. That goes back to that whole thing of the way that the dungeon is showing Carl as this like crazy person. It actually kind of, I mean, it didn't help them, but I mean, the attack could have been worse if they actually knew Carl a little bit more. Instead, they knew, oh, he likes saving people and playing a hero, and he's easy to tilt, and that's like all that the clip shows ever like show of his narrative. So I like that. I like because we are all people who are alive in 2026. We've watched reality TV shows that they're fake as fuck. Like. You take and edit anything and anyone can be anything, and you need villains. And I feel like Carl is usually portrayed as just dumb, angry guy. And that is actually to his benefit here. They didn't think he would try to calm everything down, and it would actually be Donut who would be the most axe crazy of the group.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually, because you're right. It seems like they must have based their plan off of the image of Carl that's portrayed on the shows that you see every night or whatever, which means Katya has been right there with Carl for the whole floor. And before that, she knows him relatively well now, and she communicates with the daughters all the time, which may mean that they just didn't listen to her if she told them something that was different from what they were seeing on the TV.
I've only just met Hecla, but that tracks with what I've seen of Hecla.
If it wasn't her thought, it wasn't important enough.
Exactly. Her own Machiavelli. She was hoisted by her own petard.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck. Yeah.
It's petard. I always want to say Picard, though, because
so do I.
Yeah, no. So poor planning all around. You had an insider to give you inside info, and if you didn't listen to it, that's on you.
You just didn't value her. That's why you made her into an actual object. You objectified her literally.
Wow, you're right. Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Look, Hecla was fun, and I actually can't wait until the TV show because I want to see her fleshed out more. She could be like a generational villain if you get the right actress to just really tear into that.
Is she a Shinji from Evangelion? Like getting the robot Shinji and then like he breaks? Is that
fucking what's her face?
Yeah, Katya? Yeah.
No. I don't know where her journey's taking her. But Shinji is not aspirational for Katya. I hope she's not a Shinji.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm like, is that where we're going with this? Like getting the robot Shinji, and it's like, be the train, Katya.
I mean, that's exactly how that was. Like,
yeah. I hope she gets a better ending. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what Shinji's ending was, so I'll believe you.
Depending on what movie you watch, I think it's different.
Look, I can get into Evangelion, but we'd be here for a while.
We'd be here for 3 hours, yeah.
And Shinji is a pathetic, sad character, but he's also a child soldier and really damaged. So, yeah,
kind of similar, a little bit similar. Yeah.
Not a child soldier, but yeah, okay, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, but she is like
she's
kind
a
of an
grown-ass
innocent
woman.
character that's kind of been used and shoved into things quite literally at times.
Mhm. Okay, Mike, predictions.
Predictions. It is the other anime arc that I mentioned earlier, where we have broken the cutie, and now they take a couple of levels in badass, and her anime arc has happened. And after we come out of all the fuckery that just happened, she turned in, like Hecla into a blood-colored cloud. It sounds like. I think that Eva is going to be kind of taken aback by this, obviously, and Katya is now, I believe, she's the highest level character here, because I think they mentioned she's like level 37 at the end.
Yeah, she's level 37 now. I forget what the last time we saw all the levels of people. Let me go back and look.
She's
37.
definitely one of the highest, if she's not the highest. I
Yeah.
really think what's his face flying around blowing up trains is higher, but
No,
the
I
guy
mean
got
like
it.
in this particular vicinity that we're in
Oh
right now.
fuck
Like
yeah!
the,
I don't think
yeah,
anyone's
what
close.
Hecla was
that's what
level
I'm-
33, and
Yeah.
Carl was level 32, so yeah.
So I guess the implication is that she got all the experience from killing all the things that were hitting the front of the train.
Well, yeah, because she killed hundreds of.
Yeah,
she
hundreds
said
and hundreds of ghouls and
get
shit.
the first one. She said I got experience for that, so she
Wasn't
Yeah.
got all of it.
Donut and Carl still have gotten some of that? Because they're almost still in the same party.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they should have gone up some too.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but
I mean,
think
she's
that-
still going to be higher. Don't get me wrong. Like, she's still going to
Yeah.
definitely.
And then for
Maybe
killing
it's all
Hecla,
XP for Hecla
I
Yeah.
think it's both. I think it's from being the cow catch and from killing Hecla.
and
But-
killing one of the champions
Yeah,
because she's in the top 10.
but I'm sure she got a lot from killing Hecla. But if Hecla was only level 33, I doubt she could have risen to 37 just from killing the level 30. Like
Yeah.
that math doesn't math for me. But you're right that the bounty champion thing might make a big difference.
I could always hand wave that by saying she was the first one to kill a level like in the top 10.
Oh, that's true.
So there
You
was
get a
like
bonus for
a
being first.
bonus for
Maybe it's
for-
like an achievement.
yeah. You did the first kill
That's
most
That would make
wanted
sense. And a really
bounty
good
hunter
box.
achievement unlocked or whatever.
That's possible. But yeah, like I was saying, she's the highest level person here at this moment. And Eva, seeing that, Katya just killed Hecla, who was by far the alpha out of this whole group. I think Katya is going to look at Eva and be like, so yeah, I'm in charge now. And you're going to tell everyone that Hecla turned on us and that now I'm in charge of Hecla's army. And this is now Katya's army. And we are going to save these people. We are going to take this train and we are going to get everybody off of this floor. And she's going to look at Carl and be like, that sound good to you? And he's just like, bet, let's do it. And I think that we have our end of dungeon party right now, because the whole thing that's happened with each floor before this, if I recall, we always have a mad dash with a big group at the end towards the stairs to the next floor. So I think this is our army that we have assembled, and Katya just fucking took it over. And good on her. And we have allies now. So we got trains, we got an army. It's Batman fighting Bane at the end, So, and we didn't even really talk about how I forget who predicted it, but the ghouls all turn into Akiras on this floor.
Oh yeah,
Akira.
that was totally a prediction.
Yeah, so we got a Viking lady army versus Akira's. Let's go. This is my kind of anime. So that's my prediction for how this floor ends.
We're specifically told that Eva is level 27. So yeah, if she probably would not want to take on Katya right now, level 37 versus 27.
I don't think anybody would, because I think Katya finally is like, oh, I'm fucking powerful. Like I'm the most powerful person here now. She's a goddamn tank. Yeah, she's a goddamn tank. She's stronger than Carl, definitely now. And yeah, this is the kind of friend that you want to have at the end of a dungeon.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Pretty much. That's Katya, covered in all of the Hecla gore, just turning to Eva like, are there any questions about who's in charge at this point?
Want to lose another hand?
Want to lose all
We
of
can
them?
make that happen. Oh yeah, because she still doesn't have a hand too. She lost her
Yeah.
hand and it didn't
Yeah,
come
she has
back.
3 hands now.
She has 3 hands left, Jim. I think you bring up an interesting point because it really comes down to, in some ways, how do the other members of the group take this? Because if they're like, if it was a cult and they're insanely personally loyal to Hecla, then they might not be down for following somebody else. If it was more of a, like, they might want revenge. If it was more of a, Hecla is powerful and we're going to stand in her shadow so we don't die, then they might be perfectly happy to transfer that loyalty over to Katya, who is now the most powerful.
What if they take Hecla's body and like they still venerate it and they just now move it around like a totem?
Oh my.
That's like their standard as they walk into battle.
I want her to take Hecla's armor and I want her to turn into the 18-foot tall Hecla like she did before.
Oh, because she can do that, yeah.
Because the thing is that we've kind of done the Dr. Donna kind of thing this whole time, kind of almost foreshadowing this earlier. So, we've been foreshadowing this like kind of the whole book at this point, that this was going to happen, and now it happened, and now she is the Hecla now. So
that's interesting.
She could very well just take on Hecla's persona. Of course, I wouldn't, because I don't know if anybody here has ever worked in a workplace where the manager's management style was entirely just negging people into oblivion. And that's entirely what fucking Hecla's leadership style was. So I would imagine Hecla would be gone and everybody would be like, oh no. Anyway. So, I mean, I wouldn't miss Hecla if I was dealing with that every fucking day. So.
That's really interesting. If she could totally disguise herself as Hecla, Eva knows what happened. Eva may be the only one of the daughters who's still who actually knows what just happened. So
it's a shame that she died in that train.
Yeah.
Either she has to somehow go along with it, or they would have to kill her also. And then I have to say, I think that when the time came for them to watch the next day's show,
exactly,
Hecla's death is going to be on that video.
Yeah,
people would see it during a highlight reel. So yeah, that wouldn't work.
You have hours of using it, so
yeah,
you can get
before
away.
Then,
you can get away. Tell the army to go somewhere else, and that you're taking them over here. We'll meet up.
I wonder if something happens, because Hecla was the leader of this party. I wonder if you get a note when somebody in your party dies.
Remember it moved.
The party disbanded. The host is dead.
Died. Yeah, when what's his name died, the chat moved to a different section.
Yeah,
and showed that they were dead.
At that point,
I assume they would get that kind of notification.
So Katya at that point would need to pull a Malcolm Reynolds, and you would have to have someone be like, I'll never swear fealty to you. And then she kicks her under the fucking train. like under the train. It's just the next person is like, oh yeah, I get it. I'm right with you all the way, man.
Oh,
what happens to your party if the leader dies? Is it still a party?
Yeah, does it go to because we know that the leader Donut became leader because her stats were the highest in their party of 2.
Switch to the next.
So maybe it goes to the next highest because it's an automatic thing, or maybe the party disbands. Yeah, we don't know.
If it did go to the next highest, then it would be Katya.
Well, but she's in Carl's party right now.
She's not in that party.
Yeah, she's not in that party. It would probably be Eva, and and then she'd be like, "So Eva, do you want to live?" Plus, it's a different kind of party now. It's more like the party at the beginning of Wizard of Oz, where it's just like, she's dead! Yay!
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to how the others feel about Hecla when they find out what happened. So,
just 50-50, because, if they saw them manipulating bullshit, maybe they're happy she's dead. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
I really want Katya to just tower over her, just put a hand on her shoulder, be like, do you feel in charge?
Oh, I would love Katya playing some psychological mind games where she's like, let me make myself bigger to express to you where you stand right now.
Yeah, she's earned it at this point. So that's my only prediction at this point. This is our end of dungeon army that we have, our end of dungeon group, because there's always a little end of dungeon group that ends up happening on each floor, it seems like. That's my prediction.
All right, fair. Jennifer, what do you think?
Me too.
I know. It's I didn't expect anything to happen in these chapters, so, let's be honest. I'm probably not great at this guessing game. But I do agree that this is probably the end of Dungeon Group. I think that's probably true. I don't know how I think the two parties are going to play out. I think, and I'm hoping Katya understands that being in a big party is definitely not probably what you want in this dungeon. Because because I want her to stay. So we'll see. So I'm gonna predict she stays with our group, and that the others go off after we've kind of completed the end of this dungeon.
Yeah.
Because I think at this point we're stuck together, probably till the end. Well, I guess we still got a few days though, because we still don't have Morty back.
Yeah, there's still about 4 days left, I think it said.
Yeah, so we may have some more time. Maybe they split apart a little bit before that. But I think maybe we are together to save these 1,000 people, because I don't think that Carl can turn his back and leave them. So I think that we're going to have to continue on and rescue whoever we find along the way. And then I think we split, and I'm going to hope Katya stays with us and that the others go off and maybe they stay together. Maybe they all break up. I don't know enough about them to really make a guess. I'm going to say they stay together, maybe with Eva or whatever. And then we're going to go off and save Dave, because I don't think Carl cannot do that either. Or find some way, even if he's not with them, find some way to save them so that they make it off this floor, since none of them saved their hats.
We also got to go save Elle and Imani. Like, we got to go find them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in some way they're going to all come together. We're going to find some spot where all three of those groups come together, and that will be the very end of this floor. That's just my guess. Maybe we have to fight that Providence boss too to get off the floor, because I think that's interesting, and we haven't done one of those yet, so it might be fun.
Sure.
So that's what I'm going to go with. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to save a bunch of people and make it off this floor eventually. And I want Morty back, and I need Mongo in the next few chapters. So Mongo needs to come out and play.
I liked Carl's explanation for why he didn't want Mongo to come out, though, where it's just like, I don't want Mongo to make friends with these guys if we might. Oh no,
it was perfect. Yeah, no, I thought that was great. I was like, that makes sense, because we don't think these people are our friends.
Batista's name is Daniel, by the way, but I see why you would say Dave.
Oh, did I say Dave? Oh, yeah, because I do that because David Batista, he gets stuck in my head, and then that's on me. I do that.
It happens. Okay, so you got some similar ideas to Mike. It makes sense. I agree that it would be cool if we saw them try to take on the Province boss, although how they would do that other than the idea of Carl just send some big bombs in there. Like, who knows?
Send a train with bombs.
That's what we do. That's what we do. We blow shit up.
If only we had an army of red shirts that were in the train with us.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine what they would be for.
We're about to get 1,000 people if we're going to save all these people also. So,
that's true. So what I mean, the obvious thing would be we go and save these 1,000 people, and then whoever's leading Hekla's army stays and protects them, and then we, the group, go and save our friends. So that's the progression of events. Because like, if the next section is saving these people, the final bit is going to be us trying to save our friends, and then who knows? Maybe the old prediction of, and then Quan Chi appears, and then we have to have like a fucking wizard fight. Because he's a wizard, Elle's a wizard. I feel wizard fight coming.
Oh yeah, that's still out there.
What?
They're gonna have to fight one of the big monster zombies, and as Carl's beating on it, it's gonna turn into that fucking god.
Oh, you're fucking right.
Would that be a feasible
I mean, I think so. That's got to happen.
Would that be a feasible way to kill a giant boss? It's just by like making it turn into a god. Does that beat the boss?
I mean,
if you beat the god, wouldn't you? I mean,
if it cracks open like an egg and a god pops out, I mean, it's dead, right?
Worst comes to worst. What if you do it to a smaller one and lead the god to the big one? Let them fight.
I was about to say, because it's got to be a worshiper of Gruul for the thing to work. That's why it only happened that one time. So the giant monster zombie thing would need to worship that god, and who knows if that's the case.
The thing I would love is if we have, this is a deep cut reference for anybody who's not a Dragon Ball fan, but like, is it going to be like the end of the Broly movie where Quan Chi is going to be the Frieza and the god is going to be Broly, and they're going to be like, have fun, Quan Chi, and they run away and they let him fight the god, and he's like, oh shit.
Well, Broly's power is maximum, so
he is a motherfucker.
Okay, Jennifer, I'm curious if you have any theory about how, if they're going to try to rescue, now you got me thinking Dave Batista. If they're going to try to rescue Batista and the group, any idea how they would try to go about it?
Explosions and explosions. And no, that's what I've got is explosions.
Okay.
That's what we tend to do.
It's a good Carl plan.
And smashing things with our feet.
Maybe mix some punching in there for good measure. I mean, we still
Yeah.
got to use that
Variety.
instant kill kick that Carl has,
Alan
that Mortal
Strike.
Kombat move.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's still waiting.
it's Chekhov's Mortal Kombat fatality.
Okay. Well, fair enough. We don't have any emails again, so we don't need to
Come
make
on,
Mike come up with
guys.
something off the top of his head. It's great. So remember, for next time, we're going to do 3 more chapters. We're going to do 24, 25, and 26. As of the end of 23, we are 66% of the way through this book, so 2/3 of the way through the book. We got 1/3 left to go.
I am
Which-
looking forward to the return of Morty, because I just imagine the moment he shows up, he's just gonna be like,
Pissed.
"What in the absolute goddamn fuck?"
How did
You
y'all
don't
fuck
get to
this up
talk.
so bad?
You got like put in time out for a very specific reason, my man.
Yeah, right?
We all made mistakes.
Mistakes were made. Let's move on. Yeah.
It's Dad coming home, and he's just like, "Who was in our house? Why is everything fucked around with? Why did somebody in my room?"
Somebody ate all the snacks. What the hell?
I worked
Why the
fucking
hell are
hard
you
for those
trying
tea
to save
snacks.
everybody?
Okay, but yeah, we'll be back in a couple of weeks for the next 3 chapters. Thanks everybody for showing up to listen. We hope that you're enjoying it. If you want to send us an email, the address is dgmj@mail.com. If you send us, if you want to leave us a 5-star review on the podcast platform of your choice, you can send us a screenshot of that, and Mike will award you an achievement for your trouble, and it will be mind-bending and strange and awesome all at the same time.
Calling it an award might be a misnomer, but you will
look,
something.
We've seen the achievements in these books, and they're not always like
it's
real
kinda 50-50.
positive achievements. He got one for killing a bunch of babies.
Yeah, it's kind of like Peter Griffin, having the choice between the mystery box and the boat, and he's just like, "A boat's a boat, but a mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat." Just forewarning, the achievement will not be a boat.
What, the next achievement's going to be a boat? You just watch.
Just watch.
But
We're
right
gonna
now,
have
it's totally
boats
going to be a
somehow.
boat.
Next book is going to be all boats all the time, and Mike's going to have to eat his words. You just watch.
Tim just posted a picture of the fucking the lamp from Christmas Story. Yeah, it's a major award.
It's a major
The
award.
next floor is going to be like Wind Waker. It's going to be all boats, all islands. We're just going to be sailing back and forth, man.
That would be good for Carl. He was in the Coast Guard, so
yeah.
True.
He's like, all boats floor? Hell yeah. But we don't have any Morty wisdom, but I do have a wisdom, unless Data, you got one.
No, go ahead.
All right. It comes from actually one of the more profound lines from this chapter that was actually very sincere, and I liked it. All this pain that you're feeling now, one day it'll mean something.
I like it. And for everybody out there, mental health matters. Don't go to a bad psychiatrist, but mental health matters.
Yeah, take care of yourself out there, crawlers.
There are many wonders in a cow's head.
Oh, that's the wisdom.
There you go.
Yep. It is funny that Hecla, the professional mental health professional person, is after Carl tries to comfort that guy. Is like, hey, just don't. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer carrying that much. Just let it go. Focus on what you can do.
Carl's the only person legitimately trying to help people in this moment.
Look, we don't get a whole lot from Hecla before she's splattered, but now knowing that the cow headline was like, shit happens. That's kind of just her character to a T, isn't it?
Well, shit happened.
That's her mental health is just fuck it, right?
It's the dude. It's like, fuck it, let's go bowling.
Yeah, except it's murder. It's always murder instead of bowling.
Fuck it, let's go murder. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do in the dungeon?
I'm the only real person here.
And instead of ashes in the coffee can, it was all that blood that you stored in your inventory.
What are we gonna do with all that blood?
Yeah, we got to do something fun with it.
We got to do something with the blood. It'd be great if she used it for like added effect when she meets with the sisters or with the daughters or whatever they're called, and she just has blood just like leak down from her eyeballs, and she's just like, I am the leader of this army now.
If we ever need to do a spell that needs a blood sacrifice, we got a girl.
Hey, we do know Signet, so
maybe they all run at her and she just like sends a wave of blood, washes them back.
Bloodstorm,
Crimson Tide.
Wow, there you go. Yeah, literal. Okay, good luck out there, crawlers.